Radioactive Heads. I'm Patrick.
I'm Kevin.
And we have some really cool stuff in the news for you. As usual, you know, we like to find the good stuff to give you and the bad stuff that we are irritated about. But one of the first things in the news made me really, really happy was the YouTube is basically has announced that they're going to make efforts to move towards more fair use in regards to audio and game in their videos and the bots that track everything that you do on YouTube. And
they also have a fund set up where they're going to help with the legal side of helping out people that are, because like we don't we do this for fun.
Yes.
We're not making anything? Are we making anything yet?
Very little. Okay. So little that I haven't even mentioned it.
Yeah. So like this
I'll buy you
is
a Coke
not
later, okay?
Yeah. So this is something that's really going to be mostly for people like us. You know, there was the Prince whatever thing, and like that went really far into courts. I'm sure that was horrifically expensive.
Very much so. And
but
now she's getting money back just to fill people in. There's a Prince lawsuit. Prince didn't do it, but a woman made a video of her kid dancing to the song Let's Go Crazy by Prince. Warner Music sued them. I think it was Warner or Universal. Sued the woman for using the music in a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Who's just a mom who thought it was cute that her kid was dancing.
And it hit.
Yeah, 7 years of her life in legal crap. And I said this, I think I was probably episode 3 or 4 or so. I was talking about I want to see the ramifications of this, and I think this is YouTube saying, okay, we have to do something to protect the content makers because YouTube makes money off of us, off of people who put up things on YouTube.
I'm really happy with YouTube for kind of stepping it up. I also, just sitting in there, but I also found out that kind of the way that they're monetizing YouTube Red is based on time watched rather than video watched. Which will actually,
if you have a really long video,
which will work better for people doing long form content. Like us and like E&B.
Long Let's Plays, Kind of Funny, all those guys that do like 1.5, 2 hour long videos. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of content on there. Yeah. So to count that as one watch is a disservice.
Yeah, and before that was they got an ad. Yeah. And this is something where the people are able to support their developer or the creators in a more efficient manner, and I think it's going to be more fair because people make a viral thing 30 seconds. It's not entirely luck, but that doesn't take the time and effort that the long form content does, the intense editing and hours of rendering just to make this thing. And so I think it's a lot more fair.
Yeah, I think
they're kind of strong arming people into it, but it is and will be, I think, a better thing for the content that people are able to make and profit from on YouTube.
Yeah. If you put up a short video and you have a ridiculous amount of views, most people watch shorter videos on YouTube, let's be honest. Yeah. Most people watch, if you have a 5-minute long video, people are pretty apt to do it. If you send someone a link to a video and they open it up and it's an 1.5 hours long, if they have no idea what it is, they may or may not watch. Yeah. So I think that I don't think it's going to hurt the people who make shorter content videos.
And it also incentivizes people to be willing to put things out there because YouTube exists. So anybody can make a video, and that's the thing. But not anybody can fight a company that big, and it was prohibitive to people putting out content that is perfectly legal, but they don't have the way to enforce that. And so I think that this will, it's not going to poof immediately everything's fixed, but this is progress and moving toward a better future.
It is. And because this has been announced, I'm going to be a little more put a little bit more Nintendo content
stuff.
Did you watch the last week's episode?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I have a trick for the bots.
Booyah.
Yeah, so I am going to put Nintendo stuff in a different way, specifically to make sure that if we get a copyright from Nintendo, it's a legitimate copyright. It's not just a automatic look for stuff, because this is journalism. This is legal. Anyways, speaking of Nintendo, and I didn't hear about this.
Okay. So Wii U Gamepads are now being sold separate from the actual Wii U console only in Japan right now. I think it's like it's roughly about $115, $120.
Okay.
They said like, what, 2 years ago that they were like, hey, maybe we'll do multiple gamepads. And like the other thing that this fixes is there are people who have broken gamepads.
Yes.
They had no recourse other than buying an entirely new console.
Correct.
And again, with Nintendo, hopefully it'll come over, but they haven't said anything about it. But this is something that will be interesting for some people, and hopefully it will progress.
It's really surprising that that they didn't have this as. I guess it's because of how much one of those costs, the amount of time, the amount of people that actually break them, because it's not a very big amount. So I think it was probably a cost prohibitive thing for them to say, well, let's put another GameCAD on the shelves.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion on it.
They are really sturdy.
They are very sturdy. It's a great controller, and I'm actually going to use this to make. It is a great controller. I love it.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I love it. But even though I love it, I'm going to make a prediction right now.
Okay.
Do you like to make predictions?
I've started keeping track of these, by the way.
Okay, good. Next year, you're going to hear about a Wii U that is a standalone without a gamepad.
In 2016.
In 2016.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it's probably going to... Because the NX is going to be coming out, it may be late summer or fall when you're going to hear about that. It's the budget model. Remember I was talking about the budget model Wii U? Yeah, it's kind of lumped into that prediction.
Okay.
Budget model Wii U is going to be without a gamepad. It's just the Wii U. You use your controllers because they're... And if it could, this is part of my prediction, but if they roll out the separate gamepads, then it can be kind of like Kinect is for the Xbox One.
Yeah,
you can buy it
an optional.
You can buy it with. So there are games that need it. There are games that don't. Mario Maker, you can play without it. So
but level creation without
it's horrible, but you could do it. But there's a lot of games that you can play that don't require it at all.
NES Remix, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, they're out there.
Everything. You have a nunchuck and a Wiimote, and you're good. So that's my prediction lumped up to next one. So another thing in Rock Band 4, because in news is Rock Band 4, because we can't go another week without talking about Fallout. I can't go a day without talking about Fallout. Rock Band 4 is bringing Fallout 4 DLC.
Yeah, outfits and uniforms and what have you. And they're all going to have Pip-Boys that react to the music, apparently.
That's cool. But why can't I get Fallout 4 music in there?
Like the... Yes! That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I want to play Anything Goes on Rock Band 4.
That would be... Maybe. We'll see.
That would be hilarious.
But yeah, that's free DLC that's out now.
Yeah.
So check that out.
Go grab it because it's really funny, and they wear the jumpsuits. Another thing we can't stop talking about, be it negative or positive, Battlefront had a little bit of news. Yeah,
they have the Battle of Jakku, which is the planet that's linked to Force Awakens, which is like we're so
2.5 weeks away.
We're so close. But anyway, it's
freaking out.
It's gonna have a new mode introduced as part of that, and it's called Turning Point, and it's kind of like a progressive capture the flag type thing.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, and it's like a one-sided thing. It's supposed to be time-wise. It's supposed to be after the Battle of Endor, as the rebels, finally get the upper hand for the first time, and they're, the Imperials are disorganized and what have you, and they're trying to defend their last bastions. Yeah. And so it's a timed mission where if the Imperials can hold out long enough, then they win. If the rebels can take over, then they win. And there's going to be, they've talked about how it's going to be this massive, overused word, but epic battle. They're going to have like Star Destroyers crashing into the landscape
I need to play this. Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. So it seems like a really, really cool thing. It releases the DLC releases on December 8th, and that'll be, I think this is the free one, right?
I believe this is the free one. Okay. I'm going to double check it. I hope that it is. I am considering buying Battlefront.
I'll come over and play it. I'm not.
This is the reason why, because it has couch co-op.
Yeah,
it has couch co-op. So I can play what. See, it's a selling point.
Okay.
You see, people. No, couch co-op is a huge selling point. Local co-op, being able for someone to say, "Hey, I'm going to come over and play this with you."
Yeah.
Sure, it's convenient to jump on a headset, but it's just fantastic to actually go over and hang out with people in real life. You know, it's kind of novel at this time, but I'm considering buying it around Christmas, for myself, because it's hard for me to justify this, but the game purchase, but it looks so beautiful, and
it's really pretty,
and I may have Whitney sold on it. So, and that's how it works.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and I just thought of it. The Battle of Jakku sounds like the Battle of Hoth in reverse. Because
very similar.
It's now the Empire. That's really cool. To now, if you're a fan of the Empire and you want something that style, then there you go. So. I'm actually more of an Empire fan. We'll see how the movie goes on this. But
speaking of this, okay, so if you I can't say this like in a huge fashion, but if you have an Android phone and you've installed the Disney Star Wars app, and then you get to pick a side, light side, dark side, or droids.
Droids are separate.
Yes.
Okay.
They're Switzerland.
I would guess.
But anyway, if you do that, then your navigation icon will change to an X-wing or a TIE fighter. I don't know what the droids one is, but it changes. So like now when I'm navigating, that's the only one that I know and can say for sure.
I'll have to look.
But yeah, so go ahead and grab the Star Wars app, install it. See what it does.
If you haven't seen people on Facebook posting that, that's what they're posting about.
Yeah, and that's I couldn't get it to go for a little bit, and it didn't happen right away because I installed the app, dashed over to the maps, but then the next day it was up. So
some sync issue there.
Yeah. So yeah.
Speaking of
war and tanks and world thereof. December 4th. World of Tanks, which has been out for a long time on Xbox and PC, is coming in an open beta to PS4, and people liked it. It's an open beta. I'll try it. That's the thing. And so maybe when it comes out, I don't actually know anything about this game. I just know that some people got really into it. So I'm gonna check it out and I'll report back.
From what I've heard, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because I should be corrected if I'm wrong. It's essentially battles with tanks, and you can pick a different style of tank that has different attributes or different tech. Like so, basically, it can help your play style.
See, what I picture is if you remember the arcade games that you had the two thing. That's what I want to play.
Yeah,
that sounds like fun.
Build one of those.
I'll get right on it.
Go for it.
So, Dying Light DLC, it's an interesting situation. Dying Light was a game came out beginning of last year, and it was one of the first couple of the games to come out in spring and make spring a big thing.
Yeah. Because
there wasn't really a whole lot else coming out, and now stuff gets bumped to spring or whatever. But they planned Dying Light to come out then, and a lot of people, Cameron included, hi Cameron, really enjoyed it. And so they're releasing the DLC they've been working on since March, and it's the tale grew in the telling. And so the DLC that they originally planned has become so huge and so massive that they've decided, you know what, we've been working on this for the last 9 months or whatever. This is worth more than we originally thought it was going to be. If you bought the season pass, you're fine. If you buy it between now and I think it's December.
It 8th? Is December.
Yeah, but if you buy it before December 8th, you can still get it at the original price point of $15. Yeah. After that, it's going to be $20. I've heard great things about this game, and I'm kind of interested.
Season pass is $20 right now.
Right, but that's going to include this expansion and whatever
and the other
comes
one.
after.
So right now, just I wanted to double check it for everyone. So right now, the game has been bumped down to $50. Okay. So you can grab that, or you can grab it used if you want, and then grab the season pass for $20 before it gets bumped up. So do that before December 8th. So you got a week and a half.
The season pass is going to get bumped up. I don't know how much the season pass is going to get bumped up, but the standalone, this expansion is going from $15 to $20.
Okay, so obviously the season pass is probably going to get bumped up to 25 or 30.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So grab it while you can. If you were thinking about grabbing Dying Light anyways, like maybe for the holiday season, might as well grab the season pass at that point. It's kind of tempting.
And time-related things while we're on the topic. This is really exciting. For those of you who don't know, Bandai Namco has had a patent on loading screen minigames for the past 20 years. And so only Bandai Namco got to do things like, I think it was Ridge Racer, you could play Galaga during the loading screen. And like there's a couple of, there's been very few of those.
Yeah.
Loading screens, still a thing. So, and the thing that fascinates me is that they did this like right as CD games started.
Yes.
And so, so they've held the patent on that, but that as of last Friday has now expired.
Yes.
So people can now put mini games into loading screens, which if that had been at Bloodborne at launch,
that would have been great.
That would have been really helpful.
That would have been. Play a little bit
45
of
seconds. Yeah, sure.
Why not?
Tenchu? See if you can beat Tenchu in the loading screens in between.
Might be able to. I'm glad that the expirations happened on this, but we're in the 8th generation, and the processing power involved in there. If you've listened to any of the interviews with the people who are developers for this, the processing power for the PS4 and the Xbox One, you shouldn't need a loading screen anymore, at all. Cecil was one of the first people that I heard talk about this, but multiple people at Bethesda have talked about it recently, where they were saying for Fallout 4, they've been making it for so long that they couldn't do it, but the way that they're going to run, they want to run the next ones, and they have the ability to on the PS4 already, is that before you get to an area that would then transfer you into another area that you have to load screen, it would preload it. So it's like, okay, if you're just in that area, go ahead and load it in the background. You've got enough, they have enough RAM.
Yeah.
You can load that in the background, open the door, and then it goes black, and then it comes back up. That's it. Right. That's all you have to do.
And then it creates a certain area that you would be able to reach in the amount of time it takes to load the next whatever.
Perfect example.
And just kind of have this little bubble around you of this is your world,
exactly.
And the bubble moves with you.
And it preloads it. Yeah. Perfect example is if you've played Skyrim on PC. If you've played it on this, you don't have this mod on PC. You have to get it on Skyrim. So instead of all the cities, open cities, I think is what it's called. So all the cities, instead of it being a load screen, the gates just open.
That's cool.
Because in Skyrim, if you're in the regular open area and you go up to Stormwind or any of these cities, you go up to the gate, you open the gate, you see the gate open a little bit, goes to a load screen, then you're in the city.
Yeah.
They have the ability to do this. They have the ability to do it on PS4 and Xbox One.
Well, see, and that's the thing is
load screen should not be a thing anymore.
Well, see, that's one of the cool things about the mod community coming to console is that, in theory, maybe a year from now, we'll get that.
I can't wait.
Well, no, I'm going to keep playing it, but
I'm gonna keep playing Fallout, but I'm really hoping that becomes a thing within. I think you talked about this in the last show or the previous show. Right now, the PS4 has been out for 2 years. So next year, we're going to get the first games that have been developed entirely on this development cycle. So they have had the PS4 the entire time.
And that's been their only target. Yeah.
That's when we should see this, because it has enough processing power to do it. If they're not doing it, depending on the game, they're foolish. Depending on the game, because there's no reason for these load screens. Especially, what was it, a 40-second load screen in Bloodborne when it came out? Now it's 12, 10?
Yeah.
It's not as bad.
Nothing comparatively.
How have your load screens, by the way, been on Fallout? Because mine...
They're Bloodborne opening.
I literally will take a bathroom break, and if I'm going to a town, go take a bathroom break, come back... Now it's done.
I did have a situation. I don't know if you've chased down the railroad yet. Sorry, there's going to be intermittent Fallout 4 talk for the next
year and a half, 2 years. Yeah.
Ish. Okay, so trying to do the. Have you done the railroad quest? Have you found that?
Is that the Road to Freedom quest? Yeah. I have not.
Okay, so there's this little red path that you're supposed to follow. Mm-hmm. I can't fight anything on this path. But I did it. Like, I'm running for a little while, and I'm like, door! And then I get on the other side of the door, and monsters turn around. But it saves every time I do that.
And what do you got? Like,
super mutants and, like, I can fight feral ghouls, but this is, like, some other type of ghoul. Like, so
Savage
everything...
feral or something.
Yeah, everything I encountered was just terrifying. And like I encountered a suicidal guy running with a mini nuke in his hand.
Super mutant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when you see those,
Yeah.
first of all, be as far away as possible.
Yeah,
if you can sneak up on them, do it. Snipe that shit. Snipe it. Because you can shoot the nuke on its arm and explode it.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the same area that you were in.
I threw a Molotov while it was in the air. I shot it and then ran and just heard this massive explosion behind me. I'm actually going to see if I can find that for you so that we can put it up here, because I'm pretty sure I recorded it. And it was awesome.
Yeah. If it's the area that I'm thinking of, I snuck up on the guy before anything happened, and I killed him, shooting his nuke. I killed him, another super mutant there, and I almost killed the dog that was with him.
Yeah. So
because it was the ridiculously strong hound that was with them, or no?
I don't know. I was mostly looking and running the other way.
Okay.
And the only one I ended up killing was the one, because he was the only one to follow me, because I was like jumping and sneaking and doing all this kind of stuff. But this one suicide bomber was really, really determined that I needed to die.
He just runs right. Yeah.
But anyway, so I snuck and got all the way through all that stuff, and I found the railroad. So
I need to do that because I'm already in that area. That's the northeast of Boston, right? So which is the middle of the map for those who have not played. Not the actual northeast of the map, middle of that little island area. Yeah. So I've been there.
But see, I love how, because like I really shouldn't be here yet.
You can,
but I made it.
Yeah,
and I really like that freedom.
Yeah.
Speaking of freedom,
free
Christmas DLC for Rocket League. We're gonna keep mentioning this. We'll try to talk less about Rocket League every time it happens and how much we love Rocket League. But I'll keep you up to date on this. December 14th, they're doing the winter is coming Christmas DLC stuff, and so there's going to be free stuff and Christmas trees and whatever, and so you earn them now, and if not, you can wait until next year and do that.
I would do it now. Why not? If you already have Rocket League, most of you probably have Rocket League. If you didn't know that you had Rocket League, if you went into PlayStation Plus, I mean, it was free. If you don't have Rocket League, pick it up, because I'm sorry, but for a game to just say, hey, it's rare for us to have a game nowadays where we can say, I got 10 minutes, let me play this.
Yeah.
You can't do that with Bloodborne, with Fallout, with Call of Duty, with any of those.
No.
So Rocket League's great for that. So pick it up. Yes. Speaking of picking it up, for Mario Maker, there's Frog Mario.
Yes.
Available.
Did you earn him?
I didn't get to.
Okay.
I didn't get to.
Okay, so there's a special way. I'll have a link in the description, because there's like a certain special level that you have to beat, and it's like a Nintendo sponsored level, part of that whole promotion thing. But yeah, Frog Mario from Mario 3, who was in Mario 3 and never heard from again.
Yes.
So I'm really looking forward to, like, I would assume you can put they put Frog Mario in like Mario World and stuff.
That'd be cool.
I want to see 16-bit Frog Mario.
That'd be really cool.
Well, actually, we already had 16-bit Frog Mario.
What, with the re-release
All-Stars,
with the All-Stars, with the re-release of
Yeah, but I want to see how that. I want to see how that character, because like he
interacts
moves
with like Super Mario World
so
kind of
weird.
Stuff. Yeah,
and
I that hop.
Yeah, and the extra jumping and the swimming.
Oh, the swimming.
Like that. I think that could make some really cool underwater levels. And I know that there was somebody. One of the IGN guys made the underwater Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles level, which is going to be so much better with the frog suit, because that's how you moved in that, and so that needs to be there.
That would be really cool.
Yeah,
I'd like to play it like that.
So anyway, that was another interesting piece of DLC, and it's also really cool. We get upset with Nintendo a lot, but the way that they've been rolling out DLC for Mario Kart, the value of the Mario Kart bundle was amazing. The way that they've continued to introduce characters and balance out the way that Smash Brothers is working, the way that they keep on adding and enhancing the experience of Mario Maker is really encouraging to me. And especially moving into whatever their next console is, however that's going to be, I like that they have already started to implement the idea that yes, our games when they come out are going to run, they're going to be good, it'll be, proper, because that is one thing that we expect from Nintendo. But the idea that they're going to continue to enhance and add to a game, most of this is for free.
Yeah.
And that isn't free is reasonably priced. Props to Nintendo. Way to keep up with that. And this is another example of why Mario Maker is in my running for Game of the Year.
I don't know about Game of the Year. It's good,
but it's in the running.
Okay,
it's worth mentioning as a significant contender in this year,
depending on the categories, I should say.
Yeah, which we'll get to that soon.
We will.
Speaking of companies that make us angry a lot, Square Enix has announced. I'm still trying to clarify this because this is something that came out, was briefly covered by one person, but apparently Tamada, in an interview with a Chinese website, said that the team of Final Fantasy 15 is currently working on a new demo. Why?
The only reason I can think of why they would do that is because the Final Fantasy, what is it, Zero, whatever it is. I can't remember the name.
Final Fantasy Type Zero.
See, I couldn't remember the name. I think it's because the previous demo, you had to buy Type Zero.
Okay, well then release the demo and let us buy it for $5.
That's what I do.
Don't take people off of this project. Yeah. You know what though? When this predictions. My prediction for this episode. Within a month of them releasing this new demo, they're going to tell us that Final Fantasy 15 is not coming out in 2016. And this is supposed to be the thing that will keep the rabid dogs at bay. But you know what? We're already pissed. Because this is ridiculous.
If that happens, I will riot in my living room.
Okay. Well, you have cameras, so we'll catch that. You can watch that.
I may put it on Twitch. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be pretty entertaining. I'll watch it.
That is ridiculous. If they delay it, that'll be
past 2016. That's going to happen. Get your rage sticks ready.
I think it's going to be November next year.
Okay.
We'll see what happens if they announce it. So speaking of things, announcements in the future and all of that.
Presidents.
Presidents?
Yeah, the president was the one that said this.
The president? Yeah. Obama? So Obama said that...
No. The Take-Two president.
Oh, the Take-Two president. Okay. Not Obama. Said that BioShock is unquestionably a permanent franchise.
And it's important to note that those were his exact words. Yeah. BioShock is, quote, unquestionably a permanent franchise, end quote.
I have a problem with this. My problem with this is because the storyline for BioShock and for BioShock Infinite were so tight and so succinct. How much are you going to play in this world?
Well, the other thing is I feel like that it will probably be something, because like it would be really interesting, the world that they've created with Rapture and Columbia. Mm-hmm. Those are really interesting pieces of a much bigger world. If I could believe that they were going to, go somewhere else, found a new thing that's going to be a really interesting environment and plug in the religion and the dystopia and the paranoia, and if that was what they were going to build it off of, okay, maybe.
How many rich Ayn Rand followers can there be that decide to go?
Well, no, because you've also got Ayn Rand haters.
That's true.
Who will also be interested.
That's true.
But like it's something that is interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like that Take-Two is necessarily going to have the guts or that they even have somebody that can take this idea and form something new with it. I think it's going to be kind of an iterative thing where, it's going to be in Rapture or Columbia, just in a section you didn't see. And like with Infinite, they pull into the parallel...
Spoilers.
Thank you. With Infinite, they pull into this whole parallel universe and jump in and out. And like, I can't take credit for this. This was on the IGN podcast Marty.
Yeah.
He was sharing it on like 3 different podcasts. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, what he said is like if you did the alternate reality thing and you just had New York with these pockets of something else that was in there. If you did something like that where you have this place that's familiar, but then you throw another layer on top of it and it makes you look at the world differently.
I guess if each one of them is done as one of those alternate, like parallel universes from Infinite, then that could work.
Yeah, but I don't feel like they're going to do this. And BioShock was Ken Levine. And frankly, I think that BioShock fans are way more aware of the creator. Like, BioShock was Ken Levine.
Yeah.
When Miyazaki left... When he was less involved with Dark Souls 2, the series suffered for it.
Yeah.
And the
fans knew.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is like there's a couple of franchises where, and Metal Gear Solid is the last one. I was trying to come up with that the entire time.
Kojima,
But yeah, Kojima, and they've said that they're going to make more Metal Gear Solid games, which I think we're all going to play like this. Actually, we're not, because nobody's going to play it. But I don't know that anybody has the insight, the ability to create something from that and make it different enough. And that, I mean, Ken Levine himself was like, you know what, I've made this thing and now I want to do something else. And I like the idea of opening up to new IPs. There's so many, like Last of Us was one of the biggest deals for PS3, last generation. Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Similar concept, but a new IP is the biggest thing to hit PS4 so far.
Yeah.
We are open to the idea of new IP because of indies, and this is turning into a rant, but because of indies, we as a gamer society, we're more open to the idea of experiencing something new. Yeah. It doesn't have to be iterative. Yeah, Call of Duty continues to be the best seller for whatever, but like new things. Yeah. We want them.
Yeah.
And we are willing to pay for them if they're done well.
Yeah.
And I just don't like the idea of a president saying, look, there's this thing that has been financially successful, therefore we're just going to keep doing that indefinitely.
Yeah. Bethesda hasn't even said that when it comes to Fallout or for Elder Scrolls.
No. And
they've said, we're working. There's more stuff in that universe. And we're going to do another, of Elder Scrolls, obviously. But
in fact, they've said just the opposite. And like the Dark Souls series still is one of the big things. But like Dark Souls and Bloodborne, Miyazaki-san has said, and I don't know if we've covered this at some point, but he said that Dark Souls 3 is going to be kind of the end of that. And they're going to look to new ideas. I want to know what that man's had running around in his head that wasn't Dark Souls or Bloodborne related for the past 8 years.
It's going to be the happiest stuff you've ever seen.
Yes. So many rainbows, so much unicorn.
Yeah, it's going to be so great.
Much smiles.
I will go for it. But so another news though, we had a new release for a demo free-to-play thing. What is this?
Clearly, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
I saw
Do you know what PES is?
No. Well, like the dispensers? You have candy?
No.
You get Star Wars ones. You get Snoopy.
There's no free-to-play model for those. Okay. Pro Evolution Soccer has released what they call a free-to-play. It's a demo. You have access to 5 teams. And that's not a free-to-play model. And it's not going to be rotated or anything. It's just like Bayern was actually one of the teams, which I was kind of surprised. Sports balls people.
Yeah.
but yeah.
Like
so
Byron Nelson. What? I don't know. I don't know these things.
No. Anyway, so yeah, there's and that's interesting because like I've really enjoyed FIFA. Yeah. And FIFA is the soccer game that I enjoy. Right.
Yeah, that's the king. That's the Madden of the,
right.
Of the soccer.
But they're pushed because Pro Evolution Soccer is there.
Yeah.
And that forces them to iterate and have competition and stuff. And so this is something I'm going to be checking out just to see what's in it and see if it's something that I want to play.
Check out the demos, check out the game mechanics and everything. I think if it's a way for them to get people, like you said, it's really a demo. It's not free to play.
Yeah, because it's, I mean, if it had said FIFA releases demo free to play model, you would have known what the game was.
I would have known.
Pro Evolution Soccer is not as big.
I've heard of it, but I didn't know the acronym as much. So
Right.
I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
this is how like Eurogamer always refers to it as this.
Okay.
You know, because they play football over there.
They do play football over there. We don't play football as much here.
No,
We play kick rugby,
kick sports ball,
kick sports rugby.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from sports.
We play handball. Yeah, moving on from sports
to nuclear
war. So Metal Gear Solid, they basically announced that they want to have a nuclear disarmament, and that the way this is going to have to work is that everyone is going to have to disarm the current
all the nukes
that you currently have. Everybody has to do this per region, right?
Per region and per platform.
Okay, so per region and per platform, if everybody on your region and platform has disarmed their nukes, profit.
It's a thing. There's like an event planned.
Yeah, it's a secretive event, as it were.
Right. And it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen for a lot of reasons. The nukes are a deterrent for people to invade. They are. At first, when I saw, it takes 24 hours to do it, I think this is there's a couple of reasons for this. They want people to be playing the game still, and they want people to be playing the online component of the game, which just dropped. The numbers have dropped on that, and I think they want to get people to play that, and they want to remove this deterrent of everyone having nukes. No one wants to touch each other. They want to add more to that game, which leads me to still say, I don't like the multiplayer aspect of the invading other people's forward operating bases.
Yeah.
This is a single player game that they tacked on the multiplayer portion for, just for microtransactions.
Yeah.
That's really what this is all about. And they're saying, we want people to come back, and we realized, this is broken, this is how we're going to do it. That's what I think. Because they didn't announce it in a big...
No.
There was no huge, announcement of this. It was only carried by one or two news sources.
I only saw it on two sources.
Yeah,
and it was coverage of a Konami press release.
Yeah.
That they didn't invite anybody to.
How does that work?
And so, the
guy
idea
stands in his office and says stuff.
I don't know. Maybe they emailed somebody. Anyway, we have no idea how that stuff works because we're press. But anyway, so the plan is that there's a reward when all the nukes in a region on a platform are disarmed.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen because, one, it's not promoted well enough. Two, even if it was promoted well enough, there's going to be at least one person who says, no, I'm going to be so important that I'm going to stop you. And there's some jerk in every port, in every section, every zone, every platform.
It's true. And you're going to have a handful of people who are playing and didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
Or don't care.
Yeah. So like if you had said, okay, you get it down to 1% or 5%, something like that, but a zero-sum limit on this it's not possible. It's not going to happen. Yeah. And like you said, a lot of this is probably because they realize that their game is broken.
Yeah.
So they will continue to
There's other ways
to stumble around, and we will update you on any further nuclear disarmament talks. But I see more chance of Israel and Palestine having a sit down with reasonable conversation.
Yes.
Sorry to bring politics into it, but that was the
first thing you thought of. Yeah.
It's the equivalent.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
So yeah.
But what is going to happen is PS4's remote play is coming to PC and Mac.
Yes.
Which, if you guys didn't know, if you have a Vita, if you guys who don't have Vitas don't know this, and if you have a Vita and you don't know this, newsflash, you can take your Vita and sync it to your PS4 and then play your PS4 on your Vita. Mm-hmm. So if you go to the bathroom or your friend's house or
if somebody else is using
the TV, just like
or if you're on the road.
Which
actually works surprisingly well now that I've upgraded my speed. Like I can actually play. Like I can't play like Resogun or something, but I can do like strategy types.
Okay. I can see that.
And it's also really good because with Afterbirth probably not coming to Vita
for a while.
I do have more news on that though.
Yes,
and this is a good place to segue that in. Afterbirth is going to be much more complex, and there's a whole lot more variables, 100 plus new items, and they've said that we just can't get it to run on Vita. but they're still working on it. And I actually sent out a tweet. I'll put the tweet up here later. But yeah, I sent a tweet out and said, hey, so we're looking forward to maybe playing this in December. And he favorited it. So they're still progressing. Hopefully that'll be coming to PS4 soon. Yeah. And I actually have a really hard time with the Vita thumbsticks are so much smaller, and I've put so many more hours into that that I can't the difference in speed.
Really?
Because the time it takes me to move from here to here versus here to here is different enough, and that game is so like it's down to the minutia.
Yeah.
And for those of you,
I guess you can play it as a you can use the Vita as a remote on your PS4.
And so that's how I intend to play it.
Okay.
And so we'll see how that goes. But for those of you who are continuing to follow my my quest for the platinum on Binding of Isaac, I am now 3 trophies closer.
Yeah.
I beat the chest with the Lost, which is a one-hit kill
glass cannon.
Yeah. And so 3 trophies closer, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. VGA and PlayStation Experience, which are coming up. I don't have any predictions right now. When are they?
PlayStation Experience is next weekend.
Oh,
and the VGAs are Friday, I think.
This Friday?
Yeah. 4 days away and 6 days away. All right. So one of the last things we want to do is I have a PlayStation Experience prediction. I say that we're going to get a release date and one last video for Last Guardian.
Okay. That's actually what I was going to say.
Okay. All right. So that is our prediction.
We're going to get a hard release date, as in a date, or do you mean like a quarter?
No, I mean we're getting
the actual date. Yes. Yeah.
And so
and it's in March.
Yes.
That's what I said.
That's yours? Too? No. That was
mine. What
okay.
You say March?
No.
Oh man.
I was
like,
saying,
hold on.
Wait, you can. I'll tell you what. If we're right about them giving us a date, then we both get points.
Yes.
If you are right, you get all the points.
I get all of the points. Okay.
So,
or do you have one? Do you have a month or no?
No, I really don't.
It's gonna be March.
I mean, they've been making it for decades. 20, 40 years, something like that.
Yeah, 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah. Originally it was supposed to come out on the Magnavox Odyssey. Didn't happen.
But they've continued chugging it. So yeah.
So let us know. Do you have predictions for the PlayStation Experience or the VGAs?
Yes, those are coming out Friday. So
yeah, let us know.
Tune in for that.
And we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.